Hello and welcome to another episode of the Art Saddle with me, Copper Kelly, and my co-host as always, Keenan Flannery. Say hello, Keenan.
Hello! What's up, Copper? How are you?
Too bad. You're looking particularly spooky this evening.
I am, and I can say the same for you.
Yeah, I look like a spooky Texas panda. That's what
Indeed.
That's the outfit I went with. Kind of fell together. But what are you? You're
I am
rib cage.
a ribcage zombie pirate
Buccaneer.
Meth head. I don't know I don't know what I'm looking like right now. I'm the same. Everything just fell apart. I just went through the bag. I was, what will I put on? So, here I am. Here you are.
Yeah, and it's coming up to Halloween, which is my favorite time of the year. I'm going to probably tell a few little spooky stories over the next few episodes coming up to Halloween. I did work in a haunted house one time, so we have that to look forward to. Yeah. But yeah, look, this is obviously the Art Saddle podcast. It's your favorite music news podcast, music industry news podcast, and general chat, general crack between two musician mates. And we do have the crack, don't we, Keenan?
We have the crack. Does be mighty over here, as they say. On 90, that's another one they say, isn't it? The crack is 90.
That's it. And you might notice I put out last week on the feed, on the audio, I put out the special Copper's Corner podcast episode that I did with Mr. Keenan. And we talked about Townes Van Zandt, the legendary country singer, songwriter. And that was a good old episode anyway. So I put that out on the feed there last week. But yeah, Keenan, tell the lovely people where they can find us on the old feeds and socials and such.
All the lovely places. Yes, we are on Facebook, Instagram as the Art Saddle Podcast. We are on YouTube as the same. And we have a Patreon as well if you want to support. Hey, it is €1 a month. You get 4 bonus episodes and lots of other fun stuff.
Oh yes, you sent me the tracks from our jam. I haven't had a chance to even open them yet. So I will get on that as soon as possible and upload them to the Patreon.
I don't blame you because there's some of them are 30-minute audio clips.
Yeah. It's a whole night of us jamming music pretty much.
Yeah. So but there's some good covers in there. Some good original.
It's all good, Keenan. It's all good.
It's all good. Well, they're only going to hear the good parts anyway,
Yeah.
But they're going to be up there. I'm sure other fun stuff. We have other projects coming up where we may be meeting each other and playing.
Yes.
Details to be discussed. So I'm sure we can get on.
Plans are afoot for something special coming up to Christmas time.
Yes.
We won't mention Christmas now because it's Halloween. So forget Christmas.
We might even have the person himself that is organising that on the show. But we have lots of good ideas. So if you want to be a patron, but you're like, I'm not in the mood to listen to more podcasts, just let us know what we can do to buy your homage and buy your love, and we will do so on the Patreon.
To gain your patronage.
There you go.
Like in the old days of the Renaissance, anyone who ordered a painting was a patron. So
I learned something new.
That's it, yeah.
So you go, be a Renaissance patroness.
Yeah, we could be your Leonardo da Vinci and you can be our patron and we'll paint you a Mona Lisa.
There you go. There you are. I never liked Renaissance because I could never pronounce any of the names. So it was always stressful in school, so I always stayed away from it.
Ah, really?
No, kept it all simple.
I love the old Renaissance. I love the old surrealism as well. I was listening to a podcast about Salvador Dali today. He was some character, I tell you. Jesus.
Well, now we'll get him on.
We'll
have a chat about him. I found out to him.
He actually died the month before I was born as well.
No
89.
way.
I think it was January 89. I was born February 89. So fucking hell, I missed him by a month.
You missed him by a month. See, I always would have thought that. So he died what? What year did he die?
89.
That's kind of mad though, because I would have always thought that these people are 100 years old. I didn't know that.
He was born, I think it was 1904.
See, I know nothing about, I don't really know much about the paints and the arts like that side of it.
Ah, well, we're the art saddle, so you may get on your.
Oh, I might get on.
Get your knowledge
Sure.
on.
If we were a bit earlier, we could have had him on the episode. We could have had
That's
him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, let's get into a bit of music news, I suppose.
bit of music news, yes.
Don't want to get white paint on my microphone, God's sake.
If you're not watching the YouTube,
Don't.
you're missing
It
out.
looks terrible.
It looks great. What do you mean? You do a great editing job with the names and the colours and all that fun stuff.
My face looks terrible.
Yeah, you can already see
look
it
at that. That's
smudging. I tell you, you've never looked better.
You flattered me as always.
You've never looked better, my friend. You should wear that face paint most episodes from now on. I think you would.
What face paint?
Your makeup.
Yeah. I literally felt like it was a woman doing my makeup in the mirror before I came on. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, get my makeup on.
Oh no, I'm running late.
Get the foundation on now. Jesus Christ. What will Billy think?
What will Billy think? Well, Billy has been thinking about the news.
Yes.
And he'll tell you some news now.
I have a few headlines and you have a few headlines. So let's get through it and see what
we start
got.
with the big one. We start with the big Irish news.
Yes.
That happened today, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much today.
Yeah, there was a few theories. They always release the what they expect to be told during these big basically, if you're not from Ireland, what we do is every once in a while our Lord and Saviour, the Taoiseach, will come out and he'll just read off a list of like commands that he wishes, you know, that kind of way.
The Taoiseach is our Prime Minister, in case you're not from Ireland.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
thanks for that. You'd be great. Just fact check everything, you know, if anyone. Here you go.
I'll just explain everything you say and then translate for people and that kind of stuff.
Well, I think that's what you do already, isn't it? To be honest,
much.
I just come out with shite and you just go, see, this is what he really means. But he came out with a bit of news about the next couple of months, because he believes that this is going to be it's going to be quite similar for the next couple of months. They believe that we're probably going to have to go through another winter before COVID is behind us. But he said about a couple of things. Weddings are back to full capacity. But what has ticked everyone over in the arts industry is clubs are opening again on the 22nd, which is wonderful. You have a COVID passport. Yeah. Nightclubs. And
there's me having to interject again.
There you go. Are you going to be going to any nightclubs, Copper?
I'm not a nightclub kind of person at all. Never have been. So that doesn't affect me.
Okay. Well, there you go. You're some crack, aren't you?
I know. But isn't it the case that I read this? Everything's so vague at the moment. But I read somewhere that nightclubs can only open till 11:30, or is that crap? That doesn't make sense.
No, I don't. I've never read that.
Yeah. So maybe that's not true.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
You wouldn't be surprised because it's like after 11:30, sure, COVID becomes more dangerous, and you know.
Yeah.
It makes all the difference.
But I think
31 minutes past.
They were having so the nightclubs are back open, and you can get up and dance as long as you.
You can take your mask off when you're dancing.
Take your mask off as long as you adhere to COVID restriction, right? But if you go to a gig, a concert, I interjected myself there. If you go to a concert indoors, you can't. There's no dance. It has to be seated. There's no standing gigs going ahead, but yet you can go to a nightclub indoors.
Yeah, you can dance.
Right, so that's one thing that bothered everyone. But also, what I thought was funny is, I can't wait. I might actually just do it. I might not go clubbing, but go and sit outside clubs because I'm so excited to see, like, you know, when people are hammered and they don't follow COVID guidelines.
Oh yeah.
Right. They said that you can dance in a nightclub, but you must adhere to social distancing. Which the reason a lot of people go to nightclubs is to, to chat to ladies, or the ladies go to try to
Get
find
very
it.
close. You don't want to be distant, you see.
No, you don't want to be chatting about taxes or anything. You want to be chatting to, nice to meet you, all this fun stuff. Guys and girls, they go for tons of reasons, but one of the reasons is they go to chat with the next future ex to be, that kind of way.
Next big mistake.
Next big mistake. That's it. So, the amount. Can you imagine the amount of people going to be fucked out of nightclubs?
Oh yeah,
because they're shifting at the bar, and they're like, get
off his lap, will you?
get out! You're not following COVID restrictions. Put on your mask. No,
go shift in the street instead.
No, it's safer. There's no COVID on the street.
Yeah.
But it's mad. But the whole the thing that has everyone in uproar is the indoor gigs, and how, like, it's basically, if you're a DJ, if there's a DJ on the stage, you can dance.
Yeah.
But if there's a musician, there isn't. You can't dance. So I've seen a lot of friends of mine from the local scene in Dublin putting up posts about asking if anyone wants to get married at their gigs, so it can go ahead with dancing.
Yeah.
So there you go. Anyone out there that's looking to get married, let me or Copper know, because we'd love to put a gig on, and we'd love for people to dance at it. So
yeah, I have a tweet here. I have to find it now. 1 second. My 18 would
very
load.
fucking unprepared of you. Unprepared. I can't speak. I don't know what I think it's the head injury.
You got a head wound.
My head wound.
Facebook, you are really annoying me now. This joke, I don't know. Yes, I have this from Facebook there. This is off now. Right, here we are. So, guy called Dahi Music, at Dahi Music. He tweeted, I have a solo gig this weekend, and my current understanding is that the audience can stand and dance until the second I pick up the fiddle, and then everyone has to gather in groups of 6 and sit down. So when there's music, if there's someone plugs in an iPod or whatever, or an iPod, it shows my age, fucking hell, a phone into the speaker and play some music, people can dance. But then as soon as an actual instrument is picked up to play live, everyone has to sit down and get into groups of 6 or whatever it is. It's just crazy. Like, it makes no sense.
It's so ridiculous. It makes no sense. But like, when has anything made sense in this bleeding country, especially with laws and regulations? You're just kind of going like,
yeah,
we're all giving out. But like, I think the pessimistic side of me is like we look at the 2 years we've had. Like, I feel like we've been messed over every ways, up and down. So I'm like, I'm not a nightclubber.
It's just another thing.
Yeah, I'm not a nightclubber, but I might fuck it. I haven't went nightclubbing in years at this point. So I said I'll go once and see what the jam is, see what the crack is, But God forbid someone brings a guitar with him.
Jesus Christ, you have to put the down.
Jesus.
He'd be shot.
He'd be shot, indeed he would.
Taken up against the wall in the middle of the field. One bullet, bang, bang.
Jesus.
I could hate it.
Bang, bang, he's done. Finish.
But let's move away from giving out about the Irish government. I have a headline here. We'll quickly mention and move on. Adele, Easy on Me, smashes Spotify's one-day streaming record, and it has bet BTS's butter. That's a alliteration for you. It outplayed BTS's butter, which I didn't know was a song. So BTS is that Korean band. Are you very familiar with BTS? You'd be dancing around them, would you?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of BTS. I never heard it, and I think that's just a thing of us over here. Like, there's very few of us that know a lot about like Korean music, but it's fucking huge.
Oh, it's massive. Like, and Japan as well. It's their own like mega markets, let's say. And BTS has been one of the first to have kind of crossed over to the West, to mainstream. And even Japan is the highest. They the country in the world that buys the most CDs still is Japan, because they're kind of, for as advanced as they are, they're still a bit kind of behind. I guess they still use fax machines as a regular way for business to contact each other. It's very common. Yeah. And CDs are very popular still. They're still buying CDs. I don't think streaming is
Would
took
you
off as much.
wonder, like, is the reason are they skeptical? Is it? I don't know. I feel like, you know, the whole, like, skepticism between, like, China and America, and, like, Asia and America, and all the kind of, you know,
Well,
all
China's a different country then altogether.
that. Who are we talking about?
Japan and Korea. Korea is BTS, and then I also listen to some Japanese music.
You're
as well.
bouncing all over the place now.
I know. Yeah, you have to keep
It's
up.
It's all a part of the, like, Asia continent. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Just tiptoeing, just in case I'm
Massively
making a
different
mistake
cultures, though, all the same. But
again. Yeah, but, like, isn't there, like, a lot of, you know, I'm gonna shut up talking.
no, there's no real Chinese music coming over to here, but there's Korean and Japanese music are definitely making the break to the West. So that's what I'm talking about.
Cool. Yeah. Let's just leave it at that. Sorry, I just thought of something, and then it made sense in my head.
But yeah, she apparently got 19.75 million streams in a day, which is crazy.
Song can't be that fucking good now.
It's standard Adele, I think. Nothing. It's grand. Sounds all right.
Adele also, there's a headline I seen of her. She doesn't want to do music forever. So there you go.
Ah. Well, I suppose it's up to her.
There you go. Just a bit of another the art saddle, the pinnacle of important news.
But geez, I have a good one for you. Have you heard about the principal in Ontario of a school who is a huge Iron Maiden fan, and parents petitioned for her to be removed because she was an Iron Maiden fan? It's all very devilish and 666 and it's very bad influence and all this kind of stuff. But apparently,
no way,
she won't be fired now. It's come to pass that she's safe in her job.
No way.
Because there's a counter petition set up, and a hell of a lot of people. She's getting 20,000 signatures for her to stay in the job against 553 for her to leave. By parents. Well, those 553 be parents and stuff, but there's 20,000 probably a lot of people online. It kind of went viral there last week.
I would sign for it to leave.
To leave?
Yeah. It's devil music. You can't be having
suppose.
that in a Catholic Christian schools. No, can't be having that.
Bad influence.
I've never heard of a school having so many fucking people. What? 500 and well, that's
553 parents and stuff like that, but then probably 20,000 people from online signed the show.
Yeah.
So her story got picked up, and everyone's like, backing her.
But it's mad how like she probably would have got sacked if the internet wasn't a thing.
Probably. Yeah, might have been. But that's what's any story yourself there?
All these news stories are boring, man. There's no fun happening. What?
We got to make it fun.
Yes. Speaking of fun, there was a death this week.
Way to bring down the tone.
Yeah, I know. No, but I'm like
the death notes is Keenan.
I'm dead myself. I'm like ooh.
Bong. Go ahead.
But now the one of the lead members of the Chieftains, Paddy Moloney, died, and I looked into a bit of his kind of past and stuff.
Yeah,
and
tell me much. I don't know much about him now.
Like he would have been, everyone knows the Chieftains now, and if you're from Ireland, you'd know the Chieftains. But he also did. He was a composer, so he was the lead member of the Chieftains, and he founded it, and he was a primary composer and arranger of the music. So they the band, he composed music for Braveheart
Yeah.
and for Gangs of New York. I don't know if you knew that.
Ah. Actually watched
Yeah.
Gangs of New York there not too long ago. Great film.
That's the first film I ever cried at.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was shown to me when I was really young, and I won't spoil it, but you know at the start, battle.
Yeah.
So I cried at that, man. That was, and then I watched that back, and I didn't know there was so many great actors in that. Like,
full of them.
let's see now here, who's all playing? DiCaprio's in it. The fella Lee,
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, Brendan Gleeson's in it.
My Left Foot.
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly, he's in it. Yeah.
Liam Neeson's in it.
Liam Neeson. What's he called? What's My Left Foot? What's his name? Daniel Day-Lewis. William the Butcher. Willie the Butcher.
Willie the Butcher. Yes. A few others.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in it. Great film.
Stephen Graham's in it. The fella from what's he known well for? Oh, he's known for the Boardwalk Empire. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Oh, I didn't. I think I watched the first episode and stuff. Yeah, but I didn't get into it.
Did you ever see The Irishman?
Yeah, didn't finish it. Jesus, like 3 hours plus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Watched about half of it. I was like, okay, that's enough of that for me.
Do you know Tony Pro in it?
Is it the guy? Yeah, it's the English guy. Did he play in Boardwalk Empire? He played Al Capone, wasn't it? That
He
guy?
did, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that's that guy.
yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did.
yeah. He's
I'm trying to
class.
remember, just double checking if it was. Yeah, no. But I just found out here. It's to be confirmed that he's playing in season 6 of Peaky Blinders.
Oh, I did watch a lot of Peaky Blinders. I think I'm on like season 4 or something. So yeah. That'd be cool to see him come in.
He was Al Capone, yes.
Yes, yeah. He's class. He's a great actor.
Yeah, he's real good. He was in a few other things now. I remember his face.
And
he was in Snatch,
lots
yes.
of other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Other good things. He's had a lot of stuff. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ah, yes.
Yes,
that suits you now with your pirate get up.
Indeed. I didn't even think in the slightest that I was trying to be a pirate until you said it. He was in This Is England.
Oh, yeah.
He's in a fair few good decent films.
That's it.
But
okay.
yeah.
Oh, Paddy Moloney.
Paddy Moloney, yes.
We're off tangent there. But yeah, he's the main composer and arranger and founding member of the Chieftains.
Yes.
He's pretty much like one of the main driving forces then.
He was indeed, yes, he was. And he died at 83.
Oh, yeah.
Which is that's pretty good.
Yeah.
He did session work for Mick Jagger, Paul McCartney, Sting, Stevie Wonder, and the Muppets.
The Muppets. Jeez.
Yes. So the music
you were part
in
of
the
that
Muppets.
then, were you? You were on them.
You're a funny man, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're a funny man for one man, Mr. Copper Kelly. I'll give you that one.
I have one for you here now.
Go on.
Do you like Motley Crue?
A bit, yeah. Who doesn't?
Ah, yeah. Their singer, Vince Neil, he has been, fell off a stage there last Friday, October 15th. And he broke some ribs. So, I can see, you can, if it was after this, you look up the video, it's actually a fan-made video. And you just see him kind of walking towards the edge of the stage. He has his acoustic guitar kind of around his side, and he's kind of like waving to a fan or something. And all of a sudden, you just go, boop, he's down, gone. He disappears from view.
Oh, no.
Straight
What
down.
age is he?
Oh, he'd be... I don't know now. It doesn't say exactly here, but I'd say he's 50s, give or take.
Yeah, like that do some damage to you now.
60-year-old.
Yeah, he did some damage now, falling off a stage now. He's not a youthful man, like.
No, and he suppose when you see him, he's not as youthful looking as he was back in the day, for sure. And his recent live performances haven't been spectacular, you could say. Have you heard any of these at all?
No, I wouldn't be that big of a fan to be listening.
Yeah.
You know,
he's just barely I can't even do it. Like, it's just when he's singing the words, they don't make sense, and then he can't hit the notes anymore. And to be expected, it is very high singing anyway. But
well, I think with a band that's so powerful like that, like I think like it's early retirement. It's when you're going in your 60s.
Surprised they're still alive at this stage, to be honest with you, after all the stuff they've done.
That's it. Like the only band that I've ever seen, well, I haven't seen live. I've seen footage of them live that can still kill it in their late 50s. Is like Rammstein.
Oh, I saw them 4 or 5 years ago in Dublin. It was immense. It was just fucking ballistic. It was crazy, brilliant, absolutely knocked it out of the park.
It's insane, but I think they only have a couple of more years left. Like if they will obviously they can keep going as far as they want, but there's a point of when you kind of go, okay, I need to kind of, I can't be doing this as much as I.
Everyone stay home for instead of going for months on the road and that kind of thing.
I need a nap.
yeah. Jeez, if you ever get a chance to see them, if they ever come to Ireland again, 2 of us get tickets. We're off to see them.
We are off to see them. Yes, that sounds like a deadly night.
Class.
But from that point, I don't know. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I believe we have interceptions coming from outer space sent to us by across the pond.
Oh my goodness. I totally forgot about that. I'll have to check that now.
Yes, okay.
Do you have any more news? I'll check that now while you look.
I don't, but I could.
Oh my god!
We could do our little new segment.
Yes, you start that, and I will look into this.
Awesome. So we're starting a new segment on the podcast. Woo! Come on, let me hear you. Woo!
Yeah.
And it's called What's the Crack with That Lot? And it's where we kind of go and look on the social medias and on the pages and on the news outlets of previous combatants we've had in the ring of the Art Saddle podcast. Contender.
Ready.
In the blue corner, we have all of the people that have been on the show. And I kind of went through, took a little things from what they've been up to. So you, the listener, can keep up to date with what's going on and the gang and who's been on. We're always, and some of the people as well, not just guests we're going to talk about, we're also going to talk about the members of the Also Collective, which is kind of helped, is the reason why we started this podcast kind of from the beginning. And so let's see, we have Dylan Goff. I got that right, didn't I?
Yeah. You always say Goof.
Dylan Goff.
Goof.
Dylan Goff was a guest on the podcast. He's environmental scientist and he's a phenomenal artist, and he's also part of a collective. And I don't know if you've seen Copper, but he's back and he's recording.
Oh yeah.
He was in the studio recording his new EP.
Nice.
Which is Untethered Side 2. So you know the way he released like the Side 1 EP? So he's back doing that. It looks awesome. He was in doing a bit in his home studio, and if it's anything to go by from his first thing was unreal. Like I have a t-shirt over there of his artwork, and it's deadly, absolutely deadly. So best luck to him.
Brilliant. Look forward to that.
Yes. And another thing that's cool, it's happening within links of the Also Collective, is Tilly. Tilly is another member of the Also Collective, and we should have her on at some point.
Yeah.
And she set up a blog in collaboration with the collective called Front Row Tills, where she writes reviews of different shows and different at the moment there's one up there about gigs she went there. There's going to be not just gigs but lots of other things, and I was thinking of getting on board with it and maybe helping out maybe if there's a show over here that I go to, I could write a review about it, and trying to keep people in the loop. So if you're interested in reading some really nice reviews,
yes,
check
it's
out.
very well written as well. I read the one she released there was last week, and I felt like it was there. It was great.
It was beautifully written. Like when I was reading, she was like, "Is there anything? Any advice?" And I'm like, "I'm dyslexic. Like you're asking the wrong person for advice on this." But it was incredible. It was written about the gig that she went to see of Jacob and Drinking Water, and the support was Ellie Gowan, and she went to see Old Sea Legs not too long ago, and she's gonna be writing Old Sea Legs. It's just I'm pretty sure it's just one dude.
Okay.
There you go. His name's
two
Old
legs
Sea
though,
Legs.
yeah.
I don't know. It was small. Most of the pictures were up, so you never know.
Never know.
Could be missing one. Could have a little plank of wood.
2 peg legs.
2 peg legs.
Yeah.
So there's that. She said that should be up soon enough. So keep your ears to the ground on that. If you look up Front Row Tills, I believe it's on WordPress. I think it's WordPress. So if you look it up, or you just go into the link tree and go to the art saddle. The Also Collective one.
Yeah.
That I think there's an Also Collective one in the link tree.
Should be. By the time you listen to this, there should be.
They should. By the time you listen to it, they should. Good answer. Yes, we'll get around to that. Fucking the 2 dudes from the 2 Interception. You know what? I'll wait to leave their little news to last, because I believe we have a interception coming from outer space.
Yes.
From them.
Do you want me to play it there now for you?
No,
No, right.
No,
like you just said, we'll leave it to the end.
Yeah,
I'll do it now.
I want to do it now. I think the last guest we had on, excuse my brain, was Walker Tech.
Yeah, Walker Tech was last.
Yeah, I was like, did we have anyone on after him? But no. He released a really cool version of Alone and Forsaken.
Yes.
The Hank Williams song that Townes Van Zandt actually did a cover of. So, yeah. And you're going to do a cover of eventually. I've been hounding you to do a sad Hank song for so long.
Oh, well, I can't do it now. Walker's after doing it. I have Cold Heart in the works. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a sad song in the works. Don't worry.
That's good to hear. We need some sadness out here.
Ah, yeah.
But Walker Tech popped that up on his YouTube and his social medias, and he told me that he's working on a official release on Spotify of a live version of it, which is sounding deadly. So check him out, Walker Tech. Best of luck. And one last thing, Alana Brunton. I'm so bad at Brunton. Yeah. Alana Brunton. I have it written in front of me, but I was just like, it's run with a B.
We'll just call her Baby Spice.
Baby Spice. If you didn't watch that episode, go back and watch the Alana Brunton episode. Just a reminder, she is on 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Dublin City FM. If you're in Ireland, it's 103.2 FM. It's on a Saturday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. I just thought to give that a shout out because we talked about it in the episode, but she's still doing that. She's still on the hustle. She's still a absolute beast. It's a music show. It's a news show. It's an everything show, as I remember we talked about. She crams so much into that hour, and she does it like an absolute boss. So check her out. She's awesome. And check out the episode we did with her. And all these people we did with them. And do you have anything to say about any of them fuckers before we go on?
Those fuckers. No, I say Walker Tex also put up this little snippet of him doing the music. It's like, Toxic by Britney Spears. Because we were talking about Britney Spears the last few weeks, I think. And Yeah, he put up like a little kind of music sample. If he did Toxic in his style, and as he says himself, it's kind of like a Twin Peaks vibe to it. It's really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll
definitely
check
go
it out.
Yeah,
check it out. You should do a Toxic cover.
Radioactive.
Well, I've done. I did a Toxic. I did Toxic by Britney Spears on TikTok. Yeah, and you should do one, and then it means all three of us. There you go.
Yeah.
Don't look at me with four heads. Like I'm just, trying to get the gang back together.
Yes. But have their communication from across the seas.
Yes.
You want to hear it? Tebow Vision.
Well,
podcast.
Before we play it, let me let the people know who Tebow Vision are. If you didn't, and that was probably one of my favorite episodes we've done. It was so much crack.
Not to say that the other ones we didn't.
No, not to say. That's why I said one of my favorites. Right? Don't be digging this whole.
You have to rank them now. Who's your least favorite?
Yeah. My least favorite is no, actually, I won't say. No, I love them all. They're all equally lovable. But Enzo, Paul, or Tebow, as they said to us when they originally reached out, we're like the yin and yang of them. We're like they're
Irish counterparts.
And we thought that was great and funny. But when we met them, so true. They're just full of crack and wild. And they've been on such a hustle. So Enzo, I wrote here, Enzo, absolute workhorse. And he's been writing so much stuff and releasing the Chronicles of Sludge.
Chronicles of Sludge.
I pronounced that right, yeah? Sludge.
Yeah, Sludge.
I didn't have trouble with Chronicles, but it's the fucking...
Yeah, that would have been the tough one.
No. But he's releasing music from that, and it's awesome. It's really incredible what he does. Just and Paul works with him as well on a lot of that stuff. And
Paul releases his own stuff as well.
He does. He released a track on the 14th of October called Morning. Yeah, and it's really good. That has awesome music video to it. And Enzo's always releasing music videos, and the both. Yeah, I'm just gonna combine them into to save time. They are both releasing videos and music, and they are awesome dudes. And they live stream on Fridays. I forget what time, but if you're in Ireland, it's like 2 a.m. So I think I'm gonna try to like catch one of that live stream. They kind of do what we do, just sit and chat, but they do a live, and they do the live streams as well. They do the podcast, but they do live ones as well, where they you can hop on and you can recommend things for them to watch. And it's super immersive and it's cool. And Paul also does live stream karaoke things where you hop on and just plays some songs and you can request stuff, and it's deadly.
Fast. And it's really good.
You ever see when he has his little mini Tebows, he calls them, and it's just a load of hymns in the background. That's deadly, I think.
That's cool.
But they're awesome guys, and I believe we have a transmission.
Yes, so I'll play this for you, Keenan, over my microphone, but I'll put in the proper formatted audio into the final episode here. But
so you're gonna hear what you're gonna hear now is a message from Tebow Vision.
Hello, Copper and Keenan, you crazy bastards. How you doing, lads? Fuck, we're just watching you on T-Bar. Thank you for the shout out. We love you. Yeah, you probably, are you crashed? Are we waking you up? Are you getting a notification? We'll prompt you often. There we go. Thanks, guys. We love you, boys.
Yeah.
Love you too, guys.
We love you too. Yes, I love that. That's great. And they sent that through Spotify thing, wasn't it?
Spotify, yeah. If you go in, you can also leave us a voice message. If you go into the show description down below, I think at the very bottom you should see a link, something like "leave us a voicemail," and it'll be Yeah, you can just call up with your on your phone, whatever. You don't need a computer or anything like that, I don't think. Yeah, you can just call up, leave us a voicemail, leave us a dad joke, leave us a spooky story for Halloween.
Yes.
Whatever you like.
So, and it's been there a while, but we only kind of properly figured out how it worked, or you properly figured out.
Just there now, to be honest with you.
Well, there you go. So if you sent in a message previously, it probably got lost.
No, I just haven't seen it come true. So maybe.
So yeah, if you want to send in a message,
do
send in something nice, because it's nice to be told that we're doing an okay job, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah. Ah, sure, it's all right. And if we're doing a shite job, just don't
leave a message. Yeah, don't tell us. We don't want to know. You know,
No.
we're fragile hearts.
Yeah, we're sensitive artists.
I don't have a wooden heart.
Yeah.
We'll see then. No, you set me off.
Oh, you were going to German there, yeah.
Is that not what he does? We'll see then.
Yeah, it's German. It's originally German, that song, yeah.
But he sings to like half of the song in German.
It does,
no?
yeah.
There you go.
That's the first song I learned to pick on the guitar.
No way.
I got this classical guitar from Argos back, Jesus, 20 plus years ago. And it was like £40 for this guitar. And it came a little musical book with tabs, and Wooden Heart, Elvis Presley was the first one. So I was like, da 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 da. So that was one of the first things I ever learned.
No way. That's very interesting. I didn't know that.
I forgot to mention that on the Elvis Presley episode of Copper's Corner, which it always happens. He always forgets stuff. But I suppose we'll round out the episode now. I have round out a little ghost story, I suppose.
Yeah, so I was going to say, with a few minutes left.
Yeah.
So if you want to send us off the week before Halloween. And
I'll have my main Loftus Hall story for you next week, I think, because that takes a little longer to tell.
Yes. Yeah.
But I have one little one now for you.
What is the name?
What is the name?
Come on. Yeah. I'm on a body issue.
I don't know. Let's see. But my grandmother, she's since passed, but she told us one time, she sat us down, and she wasn't one for telling ghost stories, let's say. She never told us a ghost story before this. So she sat us down one afternoon and told us that when she was a little girl, she was coming home from school and she had to walk through the countryside, and she was crossing a bridge, and she noticed one of her neighbours, let's say John. John was walking the opposite direction, and he looked a bit pale, and he was looking straight forward, and he looked kind of zoned out, let's say. And my granny would have said, "Hey, hello, John, how are you doing?" And he didn't respond. Just walked on straight past. And then when she got home, she said to her mother, "Oh, I was talking to John there. I passed by on the bridge, and I said hello to him. He didn't talk to me at all." And can you guess what the mother said then? She said,
"John was on the gargle. He was just out of it this morning. He had one too many scotches, you know."
Scotches? This is Ireland now. Irish whiskey. Irish
whiskey.
One too many powers.
Pratsky.
But no.
He
poor John had apparently died that morning.
No way.
Well before my granny had met him on the bridge. So that's the story she told me. God's honest truth that she told me anyway.
The God's honest truth.
She wasn't one for making up stories. So maybe she was having a little fun with us in her old age. I don't know. But that's the story my granny told me. So there's one ghost story for you. And I'll have my own ghost story for you next week. How's about that?
That's brilliant. That sounds fun. I might join in. I might get festive with me. Find a ghost story. One of my ghost stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not, I've had one spooky experience, but yeah.
You'll tell us that then next week.
I will. So you'll live.
But for now, we're going to slide into our Patreon and continue to chat for a little bit, I think.
We are indeed.
Yeah.
So before we slide off, thanks a million, everyone. And if you want to get in touch for next week, you can email us. I didn't mention it at the start, but you can email us at theartsaddle@gmail.com. and you can tell us funny stories, funny jokes, spooky stories, something you'd like us to look at for next week. Or you can actually go onto Spotify, go down to the end, boop, 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 slide down, and hit that send a message button.
Yeah.
Did I do a good explaining of that? I haven't seen
Kinda.
it yet. Okay.
Yeah, into the show description. It'll be on anywhere you hear the podcast, you go into the show description, and then at the very bottom you should see a link to leave us a voice message. Then you'll find all the links to our emails and our music and our everything we do should be in the description as well. So you've no excuse.
No excuse.
No excuse. But yeah, we'll slide into the Patreon, which is a bonus episode that you will get if you go and subscribe over to our Patreon for €1 a month.
That's
it's
nothing.
Bargain.
It's nothing.
And we give you lots of bonus material, bonus crack, bonus fun and stuff. And it's a patreon.com/the Art Saddle Podcast. And links in the description, of course. But I suppose for now, we'll bid you adieu. We'll talk to you next week.
Peace.
All the best. Bye.